Good morning, Gills fans, and welcome back to another edition of Gills in the Blood TV. As you can see this morning, I'm lucky enough to meet first-year professional Finn O'Mara. He's agreed to come on and have a chat about his footballing life so far, growing up, and obviously the sort of day-to-day tasks and roles that you fulfil as an apprentice, so to speak. So yeah, we're going to crack straight on. Obviously, you're a defender. I've done a little bit of research. Centre half or right back, it says on the Gills website. Do you prefer one to the other, or?
I mean, both positions are sort of key ones for me. I don't mind either, to be honest with you, but centre back was sort of the main position that I come to get the pro with.
Sure.
But then, sort of, because I'm quite tall, but I'm not the tallest compared to some centre backs in League One, so they sort of put me right back. I've enjoyed it.
So you don't mind doing either role. That's good, isn't it? I think because it gives you more chance of at whatever level sort of getting games if you can fulfil more than one position. I think it was always like Jamie Carragher historically was like could play left back, centre back, right back, and stuff like that. You don't want to do too many because then you sort of don't get a role. But it's good if you can have one or two. Yeah. In terms of obviously as a kid, you was always going to be a defender, or I mean,
to be fair, I was actually a centre mid.
I was going to say because most kids, like we all dream of it when we're little. I want to be a striker and score loads of goals, but
I was centre mid. To be fair.
Centre mid.
I come to Gills like under 13s, under 13s as a centre mid, and then they put me as a centre back.
Got pushed back a little bit.
Yeah.
Sounds like me. I mean, obviously play a lot lower level to yourself, but I started out as a left winger, believe it or not, when I was a teenager, and then it went left back, and now it's centre half, so I don't have to run at all.
Next.
But I'll just retire, I think. Obviously, we touched on the fact that you signed your first pro deal like back in March, I think it was. So obviously, congratulations on that. So what does it entail now, being like a first-year professional or a youth team player, so to speak? You explain to us, obviously, so that the viewers and the fans can get a better idea of it. Because obviously, when I was growing up, apprentices, I mean, like Paul Gascoigne, literally clean boots, swept the changing room, swept the terraces and all that sort of thing. Yeah. Is it similar to that, or the same, or different?
It's very, especially at Gills, it's very sort of old-fashioned, which is good because it gives us sort of the bearings. We're not sort of don't get big time.
So you're getting a proper grounding and like you're learning lots, so you feel like you're earning your money, so to speak, to put it bluntly.
We try and get like different players' boots. So as I sort of said before, like I've got different players' boots. I've got Max, Hesse, Purdy, Zesh when he come along.
That's cool. Yeah. So I spoke to Max a couple of weeks ago. Really nice bloke. He come across really well. Yeah.
So we sort of clean their boots. We clean the changing rooms. Changing room. Clean the gym. One time when we had to clean all the billboards around the pitch.
I was going to say, that brings me on to my next question, because obviously as fans we see, I mean I sit in the Rainham end, and we see you like on match days, whether that's like a Saturday or a Tuesday. Yeah. So what sort of jobs do you have to sort of sort out on match days before, during and after?
We'll have about 3 people on the pitch sort of doing the balls and that, so we don't lose them, and then like collecting them in and stuff. I sit on the Golden Road, so when the ball goes out, I'm the first one to go get the ball, but sometimes people nick it.
Who was it a few weeks ago when Thomas cleared?
He cleared it all.
He cleared the first road, didn't he? It went over the house. I've never seen that before. I mean, I'm going back donkey's years before this main stand that we're sitting in now, was it? When it was the old one.
Happened, apparently.
I remember. I think Neil Smith threw it. I was in training or a game. Neil Smith, who used to play for us back in the 90s, like a throw on, and he cleared the old main stand. It was ridiculous, but I've never seen anyone go over that Golden Road stand and clear the first row of houses. It was but that was a bit of a trek, wasn't it? So what other sort of bits do you do like after the game? Then it's just a case of clearing up and.
Yeah, we just clear up the change. We've got to wait for all the players to leave. So I'll help out Malcolm with the kit now. I used to help out Bob. But now I help out Malcolm as well with the kit. And all the other boys will sort of do the change rooms and stuff like that. I'll just sweep up really.
Right.
And we've got to wait for the away team to leave, do all their stuff. Just do everything. Really.
It's just general sort of day-to-day tasks. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Like you say, you seem pretty grounded. Obviously, I haven't met you before, but like some youngsters, you sort of see them on the telly or whatever at a high level, and you think, oh, I think they're big time and stuff like that. And then you read them and you think in the Premier League they probably can retire at like 21. It's ridiculous and probably ain't achieved anything in the game. But so no, it's good. I think it's better at a lower level to see you guys doing it because you probably appreciate it more as well. Excellent. Obviously, we said that you've recently signed your first pro deal, which is excellent. What's the big difference in terms of training now? Do you notice a big difference? Because obviously before you was training with your own age group, I suppose, and like the youth team, so to speak. Because obviously when I was growing up, it was youth team, reserves and first team. It's all changed now because there's development squads and stuff like that. But I'm sure it's fundamentally the same sort of setup. So is there a big difference between training with your own age group now, and I suppose you're more involved with the first team training, or?
Yeah, it's a lot it was a massive step. Like,
Yeah.
even going from back when I got my scholarship, going from under-16s into the youth team, that was quite hard coping with that. But now, obviously, now I've got to think about from youth team to the first team. It's a lot faster. Sort of like instead of taking like 3 touches or 2 touches, it's got to be 1 touch, maximum 2 touch.
Then you've got to release, offload, and, and obviously then
it's a lot harder. But I think give it a couple of weeks, and I think all the 5 of us, will get used to the pace.
So have you obviously, because it was you, Noel, Bradley, Aaron, and Ben Chapman as well, who signed at the same time, didn't they?
Yeah.
No, it's good. Like I say, it's good to get a proper insight of what you guys do rather than just the first team and what you see from them from day to day. So you just mentioned obviously that the likes of you 5 that all signed deals at the same time. So I'm assuming you boys have all sort of grown up together within the football club. Was you mates beforehand, or did you all sort of become friends after? 'Cause obviously I don't know like sort of backgrounds of all the other boys. Are you local or?
I'm a Dartford boy,
so close enough, I think, because Noel's like London, isn't he? I think, so it's a bit further afield. So it's a case of all got put together, and then you just like obviously sort of build bonds from there and friendships, I suppose.
But it's when we was in the youth team together, it only took about a month to sort of proper blend in.
Yeah.
Because obviously I think it was 4 of us. It was me, Brad, Aaron, and Ben. We were in the 16s.
All at the same time.
Yeah, and then Noel was. I can't remember. Noel come in late.
Oh right.
Just before pre-season, so we sort of took us a month to sort of get used to him.
Get used to him as well.
But literally, like, as soon as he got on the pitch, we sort of just clicked.
He's been doing all right, hasn't he? To be fair, I mean, out of no disrespect to all the other you lot, but as well. But obviously, he seems to be the one in terms of that youth team that's been grabbing all the headlines. But that's goals, isn't it? It's always at any level footballers. If you're scoring goals, like you only have to look at like awards at the end of the season and stuff like Ballon d'Or. It's very rare you get a centre half win it. But right, out of them 5, then, or your best mate in terms of them 5, one secret. One secret that we're going to tell everyone to embarrass them. Well, that's no good, is it?
Hold on.
Any weird superstitions or anything any of them have got? Or?
I think Noel, he tries to. He has to wear tape on his arm there.
Right.
But Pato, our youth team manager, told him off for it, so he sort of.
So he's had to take it off.
Yeah. But I think if he gets back into the first team, then he'll definitely put it on there.
Start putting it back on because Pato won't be there to tell him off. I see Pato last week. He's just had hip surgery or something. Yeah. He was hobbling around with a crutch last week. Yeah. See, I remember watching him when I was your age. Yeah. Pato, when he was down in mid-late 90s. Yeah, proper fullback. Yeah, you could learn well from him, I suppose. Yeah, I suppose he tells you that, doesn't he?
Him and the gaffer, isn't
he? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, which is. I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but that's why this season as a fan, like for the first team, it's been so frustrating because we've had an ex-Tottenham left back and an ex like Gillingham sort of centre half, right back hero, cult status legend, whatever you want to call him, and we can't keep clean sheets. That's why I think most fans are like so frustrated. I understand it more if you had like a striker in charge, but and you said, oh, right, let's just go and score more than them all the time. But anyway. In terms of the first team, you said you've already mentioned like Hurdy and Max and others have given you like boots and that, like when you do bits for them. So, like, does any of them in particular like taken them under you under their wing, or?
I mean, it's sort of.
Or was it a bit of all of them? You just sort of try to listen to all of them.
Yeah, it's just sort of like just blending in really. It's like coming into the youth team. It'll take probably like a month to sort of just blend that sort of just get that friendship in really.
Yeah.
I mean, in all teams, sort of even if there's a new signing, it'll take a couple of weeks to
of course,
get used to each other. But even like when some of us train with the first team, you sort of go over and you go over to your mates like that, and you sort of blend in. So like I used to be with DJ, sort of Darren Oldacre.
Yeah, he's done well, hasn't he?
Yeah, so he's sort
we
of my age.
Thought we'd play a bit more this season to be fair in the first team, but
I sort of hang around with him really. But yeah, he was right. It's good to sort of try and get in with the first team. It's just you feel a lot better.
So it's more like they all sort of give you advice and stuff like that, rather than one in particular. Because like back in sort of saying in the olden days, but like you'd get like pros would take like one youngster under their wing and sort of look after him or whatever. But you say it's generally you just sort of blend in with all of them and you'll crack on together. Yeah. Well, that's good, isn't it? So, right, I had a look at your profile picture on the Gillingham website. So you're going to have to explain this to me now. Big Dog. Nickname. Where's that come from?
That was just everyone really, because I was sort of quite big before Noel came in, so I was probably the biggest for him.
Before he turned up and ruined it.
Now he's the big dog, I could say, but that was sort of just a nickname for everyone. Everyone's sort of got their nickname, haven't they?
Yeah, of course,
Chapman, Ben Chapman's called Chappers. Call him Chappers.
Yeah, that's pretty generic, isn't it? Yeah.
Bradders just called Bradders.
So you've got to come up with some better ones for next
Yeah,
season.
come
Then.
on, better ones,
Yours is
to be
probably the best out of all. What's Noel's then?
Nozza.
Oh yeah, he's got that as his Twitter handle, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
Yeah. And who was the other one? Aaron as well.
Call him Hazza. Try and call him Hazza.
Boring, isn't it? So yours is probably the most inventive, to be
Generic,
fair, yeah, because it's not
Best.
part of your name. So, right, final question. 2017, 2018, big season.
Massive season.
First, so it'd be your first full season as a professional.
Yeah.
So you obviously come in for pre-season with the rest of the first team squad, I assume.
Yeah.
So what's the plans and the aims for Finn O'Mara?
It's going to be a big year, but I think just come in and sort of just do what I can do, really. Try my best. Even like when I was talking to Zesh, but in the gym a couple of weeks ago, he said like when you come in, just do your best, win your tackles and stuff like that. Obviously, because he's an ex-Premier League footballer, so you got to.
He's been there, done it everywhere. To be fair, really, in terms of like travelling as well.
He said, come in. He said, at the end of the day, if you start doing well, then the gaffer's going to sort of think, why I've got to play him. I can't
No, yeah.
So, but it's everything really. It's not just on the pitch, it's off the pitch as well. Sort of in the gym, sort of like little things, getting up to the fitness, getting up to the.
So I assume now you won't even you won't be doing like the match day duty stuff now. Then next season that goes to like the next age group down, so to speak. So them sort of under 16s, under 17s, or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, well that's good. Yeah, like I say, it'd be good to see if we can get you involved. So because like Adi come in and said he was going to play the youth team or the youngsters, sorry, so to speak, if they were good enough, and then it didn't really happen, unfortunately, for one reason or another. I mean, that's not for me to say if it's wrong or right, but like Elliot Liston, he started the first game at Oldham after Adi come in, and then hasn't really had much of a look in, and we've not seen DJ for months now, unfortunately. I mean, there's obviously reasons for that. I'm not going to ask you to divulge because that's not fair, but we'd hope to see him a bit more, and I think obviously Noel that you've spoke about, I think it's got to be pushing again next season. And so do you set yourself targets like to get on the bench for so many games, or to be in the squad, or to start, or are you just going to take it week by week and just see where that goes?
I set targets last year, and it was quite weird last year because it was almost like a story. I don't know, I'm trying to be weird like it, but it was sort of like last year, especially when Justin Edinburgh was here.
Yeah.
I was sort of like, I'm trying to get on the bench. And the first game of the pre-season against Dartford.
Yeah.
And that was sort of my old team. I was on the bench against them.
Yeah.
And then a couple months later, we had the EFL Cup against Millwall, and I was on the bench against them.
I was trying to think this last night, like thinking about it before coming over today, and I was trying to think. There was a game you got on the. It was the Checker Trade Trophy, or whatever it's called, wasn't it? So.
It was massive achievement for me. But
of course, yeah, that's a massive experience anyway. Just to be in and around the first team, I suppose, because again, compared to training, it must be completely different. That sort of match day environment to playing in. Because when do you play at the training ground, stuff like that. So it's just like effectively one man and his dog type set up. Whereas that's like a proper stadium, so to speak, with loads of fans in there compared to what no disrespect to that level, but obviously there was a couple of thousand there, wasn't there, for Millwall? So yeah, it's a big game. Like our level, I only play Sunday League, and we got to a cup final a couple of years ago, and we only play in front of like 2 or 3 people, and that's including like both managers and the subs. Yeah, we got to a cup final and played in front of over 600, and like our players froze. So it's all relative, isn't it, at any level that you play against, and obviously it's a bit daunting, I suppose, at first, and you sort of have to take a while to get used to it. Like you said, with anything you have to adjust. Anyway, appreciate you talking.
Yeah, no worries.
Message for the Gills fans?
It'll be a better year next year, I think. Definitely.
I hope so. It can't be much worse, can it?
Will
Good.
be. Sure it will.
And we'll hopefully see Mr. O'Mara in and around the first team squad. Until next time, up the Gills.